Morning, everybody. So today I'm out on the YZ. It was a YZ 125, and it was something happened with the crank. It's kind of an older bike. Something happened with the crank, and I had to have Rocky Mountain redo the cylinder and everything. And so I decided to do the big bore kit. So it went from a 125, I mean, I don't know exactly what it was before, maybe just below 125, to now it's a 144. And I can definitely tell a difference. It's not a huge difference, but I can tell quite a bit of difference in the low end. I still have some different gearing on this. I'm pretty sure that the sprocket that I originally had on this, on the back, was a 49, and I think I put a 51. Or it could be the other way around. I could be confused. But I did do that when I first bought the bike, just because I was trying to get more low end, just climbing hills, you know, slow technical stuff. And I have done a few technical things on this so far since I got it back, and it definitely has quite a bit more low end. So I'm pretty happy so far. This bike, it has, one of the things that really attracted me to it is it weighs like, it feels like you're riding a mountain bike. And I know Tyler wants to try it out, ride it, but it really does feel like you're riding. You get on this from being used to those, I mean, my KTM 300 I think is like 240-ish, maybe a little more with all the mods that I have on it. But you get on this thing and it feels like you're riding a mountain bike with a serious motor. It's pretty crazy. And it's a two-stroke, so it'll still scream. I'm not even pushing the engine where it wants to be at all. But it's a really fun bike, and so far I'm happy with it. It seems like it has a lot more low end, because before it was just really tough. If you were trying to do like, I don't know, if you were trying to do like slow technical, you know, uphill stuff, you'd have to wrap the engine so much in first gear. And truthfully, I don't know how worn out this piston and stuff was before. You know, it could have been, I'm sure it had lost compression. But anyway, I can definitely tell quite a bit of difference. I'm going to turn the camera off here a second, and I'll turn it back on when I get some of this pretty stuff. One thing I forgot to mention about the YZ, the only downside that I've noticed so far is that it starts up like every time. It's awesome, but one downside that I've noticed so far with the YZ 125, this model, this frame and stuff, and how light it is. I mean, I could be wrong, but maybe there's something more with the suspension that I need to adjust. I've tried playing around with the clickers and the speed rebound and everything, and it just doesn't track near as well through the rocky stuff. Like, you can still go through it, but when it gets pretty rocky and gnarly, if you're trying to go at like higher speeds, it doesn't, seems like it's easy to get bounced around by that kind of stuff. And I've noticed on my 300, it just goes through the rock. I get off this, or I get on this after I've ridden the 300, so I'm used to the 300, and I just start going over stuff, you know, gnarly stuff. And it's just, I just really have to, it's kind of good practice, because it forces you to not be lazy, and because you got to be in the proper stance and technique and everything. Or the littlest rock, really at like, you know, 25-30 miles an hour, will just buck you off, or, you know, kick your back tire or whatever. And so that's the one thing, the one downside I've noticed to this bike so far. But if you're just doing high speed stuff, and I haven't really tested this theory a lot yet, but I would guess in the sand, like climbing hills and stuff, this would probably do pretty well. I'll try it out coming up in this single track that Craig and I like to do in Warner. It's got some sandy, fairly steep hill climbs.